Good evening. Next hour, we have Deeper Than Rap with Real Rap the Regal. How'd I do on that, man? Cool introduction? Let me know. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the thing show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so called African American didn't find their way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One. Um, I just got a hold of some news about a new holiday, a new language, a new adding more confusion to the mix. We don't we don't really need no more confusion to the mix because it's already a bunch of confusion going on anyway. Unfortunately, with the African American and the black folks, in their hatred for self, they're always trying to get away from themselves. Always trying. It's like your body. Your body, whatever your body doesn't need to help your body move along, your body rejects it. I mean, goddamn, this is basic stuff. Basic. When the food that you eat, when it no longer serves your body a purpose, what does your body do? Shit it out. This is simple stuff. Birds dump on your shoulder, whatever. It, there's a cycle to life. And we like to call ourselves all these supernatural names. Don't even know what we're saying. We're gonna talk about it tonight because we have a young man young man, 20s. Keep the 20-year-olds around you fresh. Have them be intelligent because they can find information and their brain can function. Their brains can function like you wouldn't believe. Just keep the 20-year-olds around you. Very smart, and they do stuff that a lot of us forgotten how. All these new languages, all these new groups, all these new pairs of socks, all this new shit that we keep recycling over and over again, you're really wasting your time because this is to the average African American. When I say African American, I mean the people who were birthed from America. Okay, so when you incarnate here, wherever you incarnate in the world, you incarnate in that part of the world for a reason. Yay? So the people who incarnated here in America, I'm not talking about the people who moved here from other places. I'm talking about the people who were here, who were incarnated. You're gonna, at some point, you're gonna have to ask yourself, well, why did you end up here? And why does everybody running over here to you? You're going to have to ask yourself that question sooner or later. I know most of us, we're not there yet, but the ones, there's a lot of them, especially the young. I mean, check out what the youngsters are saying. I know more intelligent 5-year-olds than I know 70-year-olds. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So, with all this confusion going on, these brothers right here are going to show you how this confusion is infiltrated into the culture. So before we get started, I want to bring on Tyron Lou.
Wow.
What's going on?
What's good? What's good, Kerry?
All right, man. How you doing?
Yeah, tonight we're going to talk about that Tariq Nasheed and why people last month was celebrating a holiday called Arutisuse. Are you familiar with that?
you said it. You put some work out on it, and I've heard it all before. But I know this is something new to get minds who don't really know themselves. They know all this stuff, but there's a couple of questions I want to ask about it, and see if you could find out, because it's really confusing, and it's wasting time and energy on that. Time and energy can be wasted or put on your family, your immediate family. Who were they? What did they do? Where did they live? Where did they come out of? Did they live by rivers? Did they live by mountains? Well, who were they? And you're going to have to start answering those questions. So, Tyron, explain to us what you call it, Arutisuse?
Arutisuse. Well, apparently, Arutisuse is a word that means arise in the Tectonese language. This is
It,
something that this individual by the name of Tariq Nasheed is trying to put on the Black Americans as if he's Ronald Everett, aka Ron Karenga, trying to put Kwanzaa on the Black Americans.
okay, now wasn't it a holiday or something that just went on with this?
Yeah, last month, everybody on the 24th on Christmas Eve was all of a sudden claiming that, oh, today we celebrating Erectus Sesame. And what I looked up online about what it was is basically a Caribbean holiday by the name of Junkanoo, which is a bunch of niggas dressing up for Carnival and dancing in the street for Boxing Day. And this individual right here was trying to segregate Black American Indians from their own culture and homogenously clumping us with Caribbeans, but he don't want to be associate. He don't want us to associate with Caribbeans or these Africans in the so-called diaspora of slaves.
So let me just ask you something, Taiwan. Can you see, as a young man, what that is doing? What that whole Can you see the confusion that it's bringing?
What they doing is celebrating pagan holidays. American Indians or Africans, if you want to believe that you were slaves from Africa, they don't practice no holidays.
Right.
And then on top of that, you practicing something that you don't understand. And when what's that brother named Morris? What you know him as Stevie Wonder?
Uh-huh.
You said if you believe in things you don't understand, you're gonna suffer.
Right.
And the individual putting this curse on us by calling our people black and slaves, that's not doing anything but keeping us in perpetual purgatory of being identityless, being a foreign national, being an invasive species.
Right. Let me ask you a question. You talked about always being down and always being black and always be, on a low vibration. I hear there's a movie out called Emancipation. What's that about?
I haven't even seen that movie, but apparently they were taking liberties with a former slave and trying to make him out to be a Haitian African or whatnot. And Will Smith is trying to get an Oscar bait from that movie by perpetually portraying our people as nothing but being slaves.
Hey, same old shit, huh?
Yep, just like the Woman King and the Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and all this other goofy crap.
Man, I used to think that Viola Davis. I used to think she was fine, but now I don't know. I don't know what that is, dude. And the way they dress up these actors and the way they, boys and girls.
Yeah, they look beautiful in the movie, but that's how they want to pamper you up into the trap.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. All that makeup and stuff, man, you don't know what's under that. I mean, honestly, I mean, because really, man, most people think Brittany Grinders is a girl, and you can fucking look at her, look at him. It's a boy. I mean, you can listen. I mean, if you can't see, what are your other uh what do you call that senses that you use? Gotta be on click. You got to be able to hear. What do they sound like? It's not going by looks all the time. And that's how we normally get our asses kicked.
Yep, that lookership is not scientific. It doesn't have any standing, but it's your
Right,
own biased opinion.
right, right. I mean, this is, how old do you have to be to understand that?
A baby can understand it.
Right. I mean, come on. You always have to look out for yourself. Oh, now we have another guest, Alquan, joining us. Alquan, welcome to the conversation. How you doing, brother?
What's going
What?
on, Alquan?
Yeah, what's up, brother? Just hanging in there.
Cool, man. We're glad you hang with us tonight, man. We trying to figure out. I can't even say the word, man. Arutisuse, African American gibberish. What is that? What is all this new stuff, man? They putting on the people, man.
Well, your guess is as good as my guess. And I'm sure even Tariq Nasheed has no idea what he's talking about when he starts speaking that, like you said, gibberish. However, when he first came out with that stuff, I did look it up, and the best I could find on it, some white lady had written an article about it. But again, these are things that we have no knowledge of that these people keep putting out,
Right,
including Kwanzaa, of course.
right,
I'm like, this is kind of insane. I'm like, and then they expect us to celebrate these things and act like they've been around. It must be some agent stuff. And I challenge, see, it's easy for Tariq Nasheed to make up some words
right,
and act like he's saying something, just like Brother Polite used to say he created his own language.
right,
And because there's nobody else that's going to speak this stuff to verify,
right,
you know.
right.
Well, apparently the first person to bring up the cut language was this woman by the name of Gloria McGowan. In the 90s, they did an interview with her and said that this was a language that was passed down to her from her grandparents as a form of something like a Pig Latin or a Creole language, a language that is a lingua franca. It's a language that is of no native speakers. That apparently they were speaking this language to try and like evade Europeans from learning that they know how to read and write indigenous American language or know how to speak fluently American English.
If that was the case, it would have been passed down to practically everybody.
Exactly, and it's only limited to like the Creole in Louisiana. And what I learned about what Tariq Nasheed is trying to push on us, he's trying to push on us Boxing Day, which is a junk of something. It's by the word name of Junkanoo, which a Junkanoo is it's a carnival event that they celebrate during the winter season. And we already know what Louisiana Creoles practice in New Orleans, which is Mardi Gras. And where Mardi Gras comes from is basically American Indians, Negroes that lost their American Indian identity and language and customs and culture and made up a brand new culture by mimicking those Mongol-style Native Americans and calling themselves a brand new indigenous name title like Chapachulas, which Johnny Aborigine, he was over there with the Neville's and revealed that they a fake tribe that was trying to appropriate all those Natchez and Tahoma and all these other Choctaw style peoples down there in Natchez, Mississippi and Texas and all that. And they don't even know their own specific genealogy.
Yeah, I challenge Tariq Nasheed to write a book on this
the
language.
Junkanoo that Yeah, it's something to try and tie into that maroon shit
and to get paid, of
that
course.
he trying to push on people. Yeah, trying to get paid. It's that whole 1804 Haitian scam that he trying to pull.
Did you see that video with Bay when he showed Tariq Nasheed's sisters and her donation scams, that she got like 9 of them going on, 9 different donation scams?
I believe that I seen some footage from what's that brother off code and that's over there with them Brandons and stuff like that trying to debunk and expose everything Tariq Nasheed does.
That's what it is, man. His sister's like, man, hey, man, he's teaching everybody the scamming ways. Every time there's an event going on, ask for donations. If you only get 1,000 here, 1,000 there, that adds up.
Listen, man. Listen, the whole economic thing, what we're doing is wrong because we're playing somebody else's economic game. See, we haven't came up with a way to do it. That's what it's going to take. Look, man, these people are not your friend. They take way more from you and they just give you crumbs of what they take from you and you happy with it. The average Negro is happy, jolly. You have all these people out here suffering, man. You can try to pretend like it ain't going on, but you see it every day. These people out here suffering mentally, health wise, veterans, and we're gonna fix that. Nobody else is gonna fix it. Either we fix it or it don't get done. You
You
understand?
made a show about Indians. Why don't you be your Indian self? Here's another thing. Tariq Nasheed always trying to say something that ain't got nothing to do with you being an American Indian. He always try to flee from saying American Indian. Why is that? Because every time you talk to this man and people ask him, why don't you talk about the Aboriginal or American Indian information that you keep trying to lay your hat on, saying that, oh, the Aboriginals that came here first. But when people pressed him on that, he said, "Oh, I can't do that because the Native Americans over there will complain about me saying that."
Listen, here's this is how you deal with people who call themselves. Why do they call themselves Native Americans? How come they just don't say Americans? When you're talking to these people, ask them that and don't be all shitty about it. Just be polite. Hey, how come you guys don't call yourself just Americans? Because they're not. Everybody who puts something, a verb or pronoun or whatever you want to put in front of it, you put another word in front of the term, that means you just trying to get in on the term, on those people. And that's
Agreed.
what's happening. And what's the definition of American? Everybody should know that by now. What's when
Yeah,
you
and the brother that's on here tonight, he can vouch for that because he knows like some of the mainland Indians' words for America that they called it in their tongue, and not just what some of these Aboriginals out here in the community are just reaching for shit like Abayala or Niji or Samana Huak or whatnot.
Amore
yeah,
Gary Cochran.
this
Amore
hey
Gary
man,
Cochran.
now we about to bring on deeper than rap with
Peace,
the
peace.
real rap the regal.
Yeah, peace, bro. Yeah,
What's up,
man.
homie?
Yeah, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to my boy Tyrone. Y'all cooking. Yeah, man. I agree. I heard one of these Negroes say, uh, my tribe, we from the clan of Amore Gary Cochran. And I'm like, it was one of these Moorish Americans. Like, I agree with the last statement that you said when you said that if you put more in front of America, it takes you away from America.
Right.
That's what I tell them. I'm like, you are American, but your ideology and doctrine isn't. It's foreign. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, like my boy South always say, you Negroes are named, Derek Anderson, Will Thompson, you know what I'm saying, Rod Smith, you know, like your grandma was Maybelline, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, Irene. Like, you Negroes are not from Morocco. And
Right.
they love to have a million names from Morocco. Like, now I done heard uh Almorica, Almora Almora gonna caca. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bruh, if y'all don't stop, one
Right.
Negro said America was Coco Bay. I'm like, man, anything, anything to try to legitimize that Bay. Bay will today and forever be a Turkish teacher. If y'all don't stop with that mess, man. Like, I agree with what you're saying though, bro. Like, y'all on one. And like the thing about New Orleans, I'm from Louisiana. Like, I'm like an hour and a half from New Orleans. So like the thing that he mentioned about the Nevilles, I met them in person and they broke Dusty. The lady said, "Where your grandma from?" I said, "Well, my 5 times great grandma, I read she was from like 1284 Perrier Street. That's like downtown." She was like, "Oh yeah, you Chapatula." I was like, "What? How?" I was like off your say. So I remember when we was going back and forth, Lyrica asked, who died and made you a chief? I said, the same nigga that died and made you a chief. You know what I'm saying? Like we got our scholarship from DeVry. You know what I'm saying? The same BS. So they convinced me with that, man. They was trying to attack Chief Warhorse. They've been trying to attack my dog, Indian Mac. Look, man, them dudes weak. I just beat up A1. I just beat up Lil Billy. I just beat up AP. I be beating up all these. I be beating up these lesser Moors. And the thing is, when it comes to Tariq, they don't never put respect on Johnny Aborigine name. Like you could see for Thanksgiving 2-3 years ago, he was using all Johnny information as far as that archaeologist from Mexico who said that America was a Negro land, and as far back as ancient Mexico as they could find, it's always been us.
You know what, real rap? I can confirm that shit too, because I saw that man sit up there and plagiarize Young Noble and Johnny Aborigine's information, and none of them Aboriginal niggas shouted out the OGs nor Terry Davis. They ain't even give Terry Davis his flowers.
Fact.
I got. Oh.
Go ahead, sir.
I was just gonna say, since my man mentioned these Moors, I gotta say I'm really tired of their fantasy world, their BS. You know, it's like they take on everything they claim to be a religion. Then you ask them, like Tariq Targa Bey, he says they create their own. They got Islamism, which is obviously not Islam, and they don't praise a god. And they take on Egyptian names, Nubian names, every name in history. They claim Morocco, but then they claim America. It's just crazy, insane. And none of them even wants to, I don't want to say debate, but discuss their claims, because they know their claims are silly and outlandish. So that's why they don't even want to bother.
But you have to remember this too. So, because you brothers own it. Seriously. You see it. You can see it. It's simple to see. How dare you not connect yourself with your land? You know what I'm saying? This is yours. How dare you trick the people to look for their people elsewhere? And I think me and Tyron was talking about this one day, how these cats, they're paid. They're paid to do that. They're paid to keep it, because let's be honest, the majority of people are stupid, man. We got to be honest.
I think ignorant might be a better word.
No, because there's some people that's hearing your voice tonight. I can tell that you have spoken in places. People have heard you. How do you ignore that? And when this cat is speaking straight truth, and then when we hear dumb shit, we gravitate to that. To explain. And you're in the condition that you're in now. I'm talking about as a nation of people. I realize that everybody's doing things individually, but that's not our culture.
Right.
That's not our culture.
This man is over here literally got us appropriating Garifuna. You know who the Garifuna, right?
They're from some island that moved to Belize or something.
Yeah, they're supposed. The Wikipedia claims that they a bunch of Africans mixed with Indians, but they were straight up Indians.
Right. Right.
Those are air type people. So he got us appropriating Garifino, but he don't want to associate with Caribbeans and Africans.
Right.
And this man stole from Alquine's playbook. He got what's his name, Jason Black and Professor Black Q sitting up here talking about, oh, y'all need to segregate from these foreign tethers, right?
Yeah, you know how he's falling back on that a little bit now. I guess because he's
So why is he
transitioning.
trying to get us to appropriate West Indian, American Indian culture and Latin American Indian culture, and also some of these Aboriginal Moorish individuals got us appropriating South and Central American culture instead of representing our own culture down here in the United States, like the mound building stuff. I bet you most of these people in in these individual groups that's trying to take over the indigenous information don't want to talk about how these mounds was built, what the purposes of these mounds are, and why are they censored out of these history books, and why are they keeping anybody, even these archaeological people and these historic preservers, why are they keeping us out of this information?
Right. And on top of that, what might be underneath those mounds, on top of that.
Yep. And they always point the mounds, whenever they talk about the mounds, they want to talk about the ones in the Midwest where they only just finding bones inside of them, but the ones down in the Southeast and the East Coast has a whole bunch of jewelry, it has a whole bunch of sciences and stuff like that that's on the walls. They don't even want to talk about where me, Carrie, and Chief Callie, and Rick Moon and Miss Lisa Cypress, we all went out there to the Etowah Mounds. They don't even want to talk about them.
Right.
So it's funny. I was thinking about that the other day because I'm like on the towards the West Coast. They show the archaeological sites, but on the eastern part of the country, it's just mounds basically, and they don't really. It's like anybody who's looking to see who was here before the white man, they don't really have anything to show. You know, it's not as unlike Europe or Africa or something like that. You can see things before invaders came, but they don't want to show anything towards the eastern part. But the western part, they'll keep showing everything.
So, what do you guys see from your view? How are you seeing it? You guys are in your 20s. What does it look like from your view when you look at the whole picture? You know, not just social media, but when you're going out where you live, you're interacting with people, post office, grocery store, whatever. What do you see in the people's faces?
Our people or other people?
Our people.
I see shame. What I'm about to say next is going to hurt. But sometimes you got to come with that reality. Like when I keep seeing, and might seem off topic too, but when I see a lot of black women with somebody else's hair on top of their heads, man, I'm like, man, they're not ready to come into who they are or were.
No, you have to tell them because
they don't want to hear
it. Yeah, I mean, but they're gonna hear it. When you first say it, they heard it. They know, man. Listen, sisters in this, I mean, all over the world, has been made to feel like shit. I mean, whatever. If she got 2 more eyelashes on one eye, she's retarded. I mean, they make indigenous women feel bad, and we all know this.
Right.
I know. No, let me just explain it and see if this works. I bet it works. Explain to the sister what she is. I mean, seriously, many of us don't even know our purpose. We don't even know why we're here. We don't really care about ourselves, honestly. But see, we don't want to talk about that. Explain to the sister what she is and what you are. Why can you guys create another one of you guys? Why can you guys create another human?
A lot of people can't believe it.
And well, so you explain to the sister what she is as a species on this planet.
Shit, the lowliest roach has a purpose on the planet. He's a custodian.
Right.
Yeah,
Everybody has a purpose. Tell
I
her
know.
how she's connected to the earth, because she is. She's connected more to the earth than they call her Mother Earth. They call the earth Mother Earth. Isn't she a mother? Same thing.
Right.
Give you the same thing the earth gives you. Boom. Damn, you got a connection right there. Damn. Let her know what she is.
I,
Let her know what her hair is for.
Let me give you an example. I remember when the late Dr. Frances Cress Welsing was living, and she was being seen by people who weren't familiar with her. A lot of people would clown her over her hair, and they didn't realize that she wore her hair like that because she was trying to say, "This is what I am. This is my hair. I don't have to wear my hair, in a disguise type of
Right,
fashion."
right, right.
They didn't get that about her. And then it's just crazy. I think a lot of black women also, they see other groups, Asians, East Indians, white people, even some Hispanics, and they see that they have, they wear their hair in particular hairstyles, and they think that, well, I'm a woman, that's what I should have.
Well, like I said, man, a lot of these sisters, I mean, they shit on sisters here, and a lot of brothers do it too. So this is my thing. We can't open our mouth and say shit if we haven't protected them from being abused by other men. We can't do that. That's that little hoe shit. Your women getting slapped around and you just sitting back watching the game. No, it don't work like that. So you can't blame the women, man, because you're their protector. What does that say about their protector? You see, we got to stop playing. We got to stop playing. Just tell us, just let the sister know, hey, what she is, what her heart's for, her lungs, spleen, whatever organ you can find, what her hair is for, what her eyes are for. Just explain it to her.
I
Just,
do, but you
just
know what? They always say, well, it's easier to throw on a wig, uh, to go out and go to work and all that, but they don't realize it's a disguise. It's not a wig. It's a disguise.
look, man. Look. Most people don't know. They don't know. Look, if you think your power is in your hair, you're sadly mistaken. It's all it is something. All your hair is something is to do is to suck in the rays from that sun. Boom, plugs right into your brain. If you can't understand that, brother, I, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna argue with you. If you ever look on check, this is how backwards. This is how backward it is. All those pictures you talk about down what they said down in Mexico about the indigenous people being the Negro all over the place. I mean, it's all over the place. All of the Americas, from north to south. Those are Americans. Those are you. You're connected to this land. Do you know what would happen? Check this out. All those images you've seen, were any of them wearing sunglasses? No. But what does the Negro do today? He'll put on some sunglasses before he brushes his teeth, right or wrong. So I'm telling you, man, these people have been fucked with like you never believe. They don't know nothing about. They don't even know what they asshole is for. I'm talking about the average, but they don't know. So you're gonna have to explain it to them. Come up with a cool way. Funny, however, most people like to tee hee, make it funny because they don't know. They've been beaten down for so. I'm talking about stomped. See, it probably haven't happened to you. You probably don't. From family, what your family did in the past. Put a stamp on you like you keep going. Some people have been beaten down for so long, man. That's all they know. They have no control over themselves. Somebody else does. So when you talk to them, conversation over a cup of coffee, it can be some, boom, boom, and just talk to them, man, and just move on. But when you talk to them, make sure every word you say to them resonates. Don't be talking all that coon shit. Talk some real stuff, especially to the women, because they pick it up and then they just pass it on to the kids. Because every time a mother tries to learn something, that she knows works, she passes it on to the kids. All mothers do that. So, just talk to them, man. Don't be, it don't have to be long. Some people don't want to hear it, but make them hear it. Later, if they don't want to hear it, they ain't hearing nothing else. Make them hear it. You know how to do it.
Oh yeah. When it comes to this weed talk, as you can see in the chat room, it's always one of those, topics that get people riled up, like when you talk about race. And somebody said, I bet this brother's attracted to women with non-keeking hair, yet complains about wigs and weaves. But that's not true. But the truth is, and again, I like dealing with reality. I like tackling the difficult issues that people don't like to talk about, because if you don't talk about them, you can't resolve them, and that hair thing, that's one of them. Black guys, we wear dreads, bald, whatever it is.
Check this out. So this is what I'm saying. Stop worrying about them. Start worrying about you and your group, the men. Here's an example. Don't brothers wear baseball caps all the time?
Facts.
Isn't
Yep.
that?
But that's more of a style as opposed to trying to hide the hair.
No. It's a style if you make it. Do you make your baseball caps?
We don't.
You don't make your baseball caps, you go get them from somebody else, which makes you more hoish, because you can't even make what you wear on your head.
I agree.
Boom, your hair, nigga, your hair is the halo. God damn, you ain't figured that out yet. You done seen all those halos. That's that afro that sisters be wearing or used to wear.
Matter of fact, it comes to mind. You remember that movie Avatar?
Yeah.
You know how those Navi lion creatures connect with nature through their hair? They got like little appendages in their braids that they plug into the animal, and they can tap into the animal or the tree to communicate with the animal to do what they want.
Right. Do you know the energy the sun gives off? Do you know and it's abundance? We don't even pay attention to it. Your hair plugs directly into your hair. Them dendrites plug directly into your bloodstream. And you wear a baseball cap. They got Negroes, doing the woman thing.
Yep.
Man,
Come on. See, we don't want to, and we act like it's cool, and it's not.
Hey, look. Hey, Tariq using that black mascara, to add about an extra quarter inch to his hairline. Like
kind of copy off of Killmonger off of that Wakanda movie, right?
That's what I'm saying, bro. When I seen that, this dude did the cover girl, man. Like this dude did the neck flip and everything. I'm like, bro, what is he doing?
Yeah, and he worked with them Bussy Warriors, or what's his name, Marcel. He brought that into the community.
Man.
This is to the audience. This is to the people in the chat. So you listening to these brothers speak what's being put out there for the youth to ingest. How is that cool? How is that cool? I mean, the border is virtually wide open now. isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, what people coming and going as they please.
Oh, yeah, I see Mexicans every nook and cranny everywhere I go. White
Shit,
hoods, rich hoods, black
since
hoods.
you mentioned that, what do you think about? Because you sent me earlier about that Akon thing where he was dissing Black Americans, talking about sagging pants, but he himself did it and profited off of promoting that gangster, thug, and homosexual prison behavior to the people.
Okay, so so we you guys know because it's to speed you up. All that stuff doesn't matter. All these acons and all those people that are advertised to you, all those people that people worship and stuff, those aren't the people you should be following. Seriously, give us some people. You got some people in your family that's thinking on another level. Get with those people and see what you guys can come up with and can do. Because talking about all these other cats, yeah, I mean, and trust me, it's good to know because these cats are fleecing a lot of people. And I don't want to keep saying, oh, they just don't know. No, at some point you gotta know something because you're moving forward. When you walk, you don't walk backwards, you don't walk sideways, you're always moving forward. So how is somebody always throwing something in front of you and you don't ever get it? You always get tricked. How is that possible? I mean, if we're progressive people. So yeah, all this stuff that what you guys bringing up, and that's what I mean is cool because it's people my age that don't know a tenth of what you know. And I'm glad that you brothers can come on and share that kind of stuff with us because there's stuff out there that man, keeping us back. You got brothers out here giving these kids lies. And I call these young men kids, so these cats telling you what's going on out there, what these people are doing, new holidays, new shit that don't work.
Ghana opening its doors to African Americans to give away their own citizenship and history over here to them. Fucking
Hey,
Akon telling you to go over there to his place and build up his Wakanda city, and niggas sitting up here buying that shit from individuals like Afro Think Tank and Brandon. Say, oh, let's go to Ghana, but none of them niggas is liked by these Nigerian people. Did you see Alpha, did you catch what's his name? Bomani and Kala getting clowned by this Nigerian guy calling them out for their IQs and saying you can never be me because you have a slave IQ? Did you see that? So why are they promoting niggas to immigrate to Kenya and all these other places?
No, I mean, brother, what can you say? I mean, seriously, what can you say? What
that's
can you say?
crazy.
What can you say? You get, we all here. We're all here for a reason. Brother wanna be from Africa? Dude, there's people in California that put cotton on their roof to pretend it's snow. That's how they celebrate Christmas. They put cotton on their grass. Maybe fake cotton, it may be some kind of artificial stuff on their grass. This is in Southern California where it never snows. You got people that do that. Dude, I'm telling you, man, these cats gone. So, you know, whatever you have planned, do that. All that other stuff that doesn't do anything, man, just leave it there because it doesn't bring nothing. It doesn't bring anything cool. That's why we always suggest find your folks, find out where your people are from. Who were they?
And since you bring up California, what do you think about the California reparations? Because everybody wants to like put all their eggs in one basket with California, even though that's not even where they held chattel slaves of our kind. That was Asian slaves and the Mongol style natives.
So, I mean, according to the wording, because I haven't paid attention to it, because you're not getting it. People don't take something from you and then give it back. That doesn't happen. Nowhere in history have that happened. You're going to have to take it back by any means necessary.
That's what I that's what I tell like like the FBA. And I tell them like y'all are just the added letters to the LGBTQ. No disrespect, like, but that's what y'all are. If you following Tariq Nasheed and let the code be the leader, then the code is gonna get put in somebody's pocket. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna make its way to some gay agenda, and that's where it's gonna be presented. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't
Like
even tell us what the code is.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like he went from quoting Millie Fuller every other sentence. You know what I'm saying? To
And
quote
look
like
at his wife. Wait a minute. Look at his wife. How is he following any pro-black code out there? Even Marcus Garvey didn't even follow his own code. He was engaged to a white woman and he sold out to the Klan. So what is the code?
Probably the
What's
code
the code
is,
when you got all these hypocrite coons out here telling us what to do, but they ain't even following their own doctrine?
code is the
Hey.
scam. That's what the code is.
Hey.
I guess.
Hey Tyrone, this is the code, Tyrone. The code is go to my website and purchase everything that you see from my baby registry. All right. And when you get done with that, all right, I need you to go support Hidden Color 6. I need you to go support the Maroon movie. You know what I'm
Put
saying?
money in my cash app.
I forgot about that baby
Support my
registry.
FBMG school.
You know how much gifts he must have gotten from that registry?
You guys brought up Neely Fuller a little while ago. You know that book Neely Fuller's sells his book?
Yeah, about white supremacy and the code of white supremacy's 9-area activity.
Yes. Imagine if every one of us bought that book. If every black, Negro, African American, colored person bought that book, just one, if everybody bought it, they didn't buy no weed for that week, they didn't buy no alcohol, they just bought that book. What would that do to Neely Fuller, number one, if everybody just bought one $30 book? What would that do for Neely Fuller? And what would it do for the people who got the book? You see, when we think about money, whatever we think about how boss do it. We don't think about how we do it, how we were trained to do it. We dropped all that at integration. We want to do it how he do it. And you not him, so it's never going to turn out right. Brother, how long you think it's going to take for us to recognize that?
If it's like-minded people like us, not too long if we mobilize. But
mobilization. Okay, so
yeah, mobilization.
How do we? The first thing that we mobilize? What do we do?
First thing first, group economics. We're not just going to talk about it. We're going to have to be about it. We're going to have to make some fucking businesses. We're going to have to make our own entertainment. We're going to have to do our own athleticism. We're going to have to do everything that they say that the white supremacists control. We're going to have to rebuild that shit for us.
Okay, so
we used to have Negro League.
Okay,
do we not?
Can I throw an idea out at you and let me see if you pick up on it? So what if you just had an Olympic team with American Indians?
That would be awesome.
How do you think they'd fare in the world?
Better than anybody else, like we always been doing. Yeah. Instead of getting bullied and all this other shit by other nations, we ought to have our own shit. Like this Brittany Griner getting locked up over fucking CBD. We should have our own people to like make politic moves to get her ass up out of shit like that. Because under the United States and all this other integration stuff, that's gonna get us in trouble. And we're gonna be right back at square one abiding by these people's own rules instead of making our own.
Yeah. Brittany Grinder wasn't the example.
I think she's kind of like, is her mother half white or something like that?
I do. That's a dude.
Yeah, Lionel sent me a video on
Yeah,
Look,
she said us both that.
oh, check
Her
this
ass
out.
revealed her chest. She ain't had no breast. She ain't had no mammary glands whatsoever.
and
Oh,
no
check
no
this out.
And you don't
female
even see no surgery.
no
Right.
female
But,
nipple either.
right. Okay, you're
No
right.
areolas, bro.
You ain't
Yeah,
right. Nothing.
that was
But
shocking.
no, it ain't. See, we on the wrong stuff. Shouldn't we be asking? Well, if that's a boy, why am I still calling her she? This is what I mean about other people take control of your thoughts. You only do what other people tell you to do. You can't even see for yourself. Look at what? Take your aren't women and men's hands different? Yeah. What's the difference? Look at your hand and look at his hand. What? We have gotten so lazy and shiftless. We don't even do that. We can't even listen to him talk and distinguish that that's
That
not.
voice is crazy. But you got to keep in mind whether it was born a female or not.
It's a dude.
But she's
It's
6'9" though. So when you
a,
get big like that, your voice does get deep. She wears a size 17 shoe. I wear a size 13. Just for comparison's sake. So that's a
dude.
big foot.
It's a dude. And that's what I'm saying. We that's how we can be taken.
By respecting people's pronouns.
Whatever they say to do, whatever they say do, the African American does it before he does.
That's why I call the trannies. When I call that Ariana person, Yasmin, Adriana, I always refer to him as my man. Did you see that when he was on Tariq's show? And don't you find that strange how he got on there? And Tariq,
I don't know who he is.
that's the one that used to come on. That's the one that came on Brandon's show. That black tranny, Yasmin.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, he was on Tariq's show, and Tariq that's how you know he's listening, because he kept on trying to say my man, all this kind of stuff. Because I always got on him. How come you keep calling them ma'am and sis and all that kind of stuff when you know they're a man?
Well, and since you brought up that Neely Fuller and Francis Cress Wilson, what is your thoughts on like everybody pointing out this Paul Logan individual punching a black dildo, because that's some psychological shit that goes back to Francis Cress Wilson, with us living in these white folks' minds rent free.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Well, people have been talking about this individual by Jake Paul, that's a boxer that have been challenging black people, and he made a video on Twitter punching a giant black dildo for no reason, just to get these Negroes riled up about some random shit what Francis Cress Wilson been talking about.
You ever notice those people? They pay more attention to you than they pay attention to themselves.
Yes.
So that's how you know they're trying to yank your chain. And this is what I'm saying. You're gonna have to start building for yourself. You're seriously gonna have to stop paying attention to that stuff, because that stuff is just there to slow you down. Most of this stuff that is marketed to you, if it wasn't there, you'd be 100 miles further right now. Those are distractions. You want the people to move. You want you're a shepherd, keeper of the land. You make sure that the people and the earth, that you facilitate that interaction. You have a relationship to the trees. You have a relationship to what, right? See, these energy vortexes we don't even fuck with. Matter of fact, we scared a half of them. Cut off completely from the land. Cut off completely from the land. Don't even no respect for it. So that means seriously, that's gonna be your job, man. To let them know you a part of this. If you didn't have this ground to stand on, you wouldn't be standing. So make them, because a lot of people think that what they're given, their car, their new Christmas present, is the reason they're here. That's just slowing everybody up. Just getting more shit, more stuff. Everybody got a house full of shit. 99% of it you don't even need, because every day you're trying to do something better than you did yesterday. So like I said, man, we're being beaten down. We have no connection to the earth. That's your power base right there. You're made to look somewhere else for it. And the people that were where you were looking from are now over here. And
apparently, our power base is a desert.
Right.
It's a desert over there where it's in a graveyard, like when there's no lush green and it's nothing but shanty towns and shacks. That's our inheritance right there, or some savannah grassland off in Ghana somewhere.
Yeah. So keep just keep giving the people ideas. Listening to what other people say. If it's not constructive, throw it away. Them cats aren't helping you grow. They're not telling you anything. It's like the guy Kwanzaa. Why would you make a holiday around the people who oppressed you holiday? What's that?
And why,
You
and why,
yeah.
and why would people go around protecting him and pretending to celebrate it? And while they're propagandizing it, they're not even trying to really celebrate it. They just want to get us to celebrate the agent created holiday. And Tyron knows Dr. Ma'at. And
You should have known about this, Carrie, because why is this sister defending a man that beat up sisters with a Latino? She ain't even Afro Latino. She's a regular mestizo woman that he married because he had a harem of light skinned women, and he had like um a self hatred toward dark skinned black women, and his underling John Henry Clark addressed him with that question: why didn't you like uh, atone for your sins of beating up these black women and torturing them? And he had nothing to say about that shit. And none of these Pan Africans address this man as such. They try and uphold his own religion that they gave them.
And they want to dismiss his crimes and tell you, oh, well, he did all that kind of stuff before you were born, so why worry about it? I mean,
Right.
that's like somebody killing your mother and saying, well, your mother got
Right.
killed after you were born. You can remember. Don't worry about it.
The man had Bunchy Carter and another Black Panther murdered at UCLA, and they don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But they just say, oh, they were just all fighters fighting against COINTELPRO and stuff like that, and gonna skim over the Black Panthers being murdered by him.
So that there's people out there that protect those type of people, right?
Oh yeah.
Those are called demons. So like I'm saying, when you're talking to a person, don't make it an argument of, because people like to take that argumentative stance because they know what's being said can be broken up and not understood by the people who listening.
Right.
That's why most people get into a conversation, get into an argument, because they can't understand what the fuck you talking about.
But this
you know,
Dr.
and
Ma
they
so slick, she don't even give us time to even
no,
know.
it ain't that. And they know they lying. They know they lying.
She
So,
said we're cowards.
huh?
We're cowards for telling the truth. She said it out her own mouth that we're cowards for not upholding this man as a god before us,
And
knowing what he did.
that could have been her or her mother that he tortured.
Well, hey, these are the kind of cats people follow. These are the kind of cat, brother. You when somebody says something, I listen. They're you ever heard of that thing that went down in Jonestown, Guyana?
That's funny. I've been watching videos on that this past week.
Well, well, check this out.
The Branch Davidians too.
Right,
They had Negroes there.
right. But the one where all those people went down to Jonestown, a family used to live next door to me when I was a kid. And I checked out how those people were manipulated, and I was like, God damn, they called this dude daddy.
Yep.
Oh, and what's funny is Farrakhan brought his ass up there in the church.
Now, that was another guy, right? Or was it?
Yeah, the Nation of Islam had Jim Jones preach at a mosque.
Yeah.
And you know what I noticed about Jim Jones, and other people noticed it too. He reeled them in with God and religion, and then after he had them hooked, he switched from God to himself. And people noted that. And you notice that's what Farrakhan does too. That's what all these cult preachers do. It's no longer about God, it's about themselves. God is an afterthought. Even with the Nation of Islam, they always talk about, they say Master Farad Muhammad was God, but they always say, give Elijah Muhammad the credit for everything. How you gonna give him the credit? And he's just the messenger, but God is the one who supposedly created it.
Right. And you have people 75, 80 years old still following these ideologies. Don't know nothing. Don't know nothing.
Jay Smith in the chat, he wrote something powerful. You got to put that on the screen. That's powerful right there.
The Jim Jones situation went global in 2020. Ooh.
He's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people say that Jim Jones, that was an experiment. That's why they had to kill everybody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, went down just how they planned. Dude, how you gonna find? I mean, this is what we'll do. I mean, this is what those people weren't called African American. Those people were called Black people. African American hadn't came on the scene yet. And this is what I mean. This is how they rip you from your land. They always moving you around, always keeping you moving. Those people.
Oh, okay, there was Afro American too. And I'm Black and I'm beautiful.
Yeah. But they weren't called in the whole African Americans.
Yeah.
That hadn't been devised yet. But yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm X and them was over there preaching that it was Afro American.
Yeah. So these are the kind of cats. And what are these ministers that they've told you, hey, I shouldn't have been talking that prosperity, that was wrong.
Yeah.
It was wrong when you were doing it. You knew it was wrong, but you did it anyway.
I was watching that. Oh, I'm sorry.
The people who keep that stuff going, those are not the preachers or stuff. Those are the people who they're selling that stuff to. They keep it going. They believe in it. They're demons, dude. I mean, we got to stop looking at it, oh, don't say that. Seriously. How don't you know what you are doing?
But that's the thing. When I was looking at that Jim Jones, I was like, man, most of the people were severely brainwashed, and I'm sure a lot of them are mentally ill. And there was a lot of race mixing going on, and a lot of those kids look, like I always say, a lot of these mixed kids look blacker than me. And one guy, I saw the Netflix one, they got it on YouTube, and one white guy talking about he had to leave his son so he could escape. He's like, oh, I didn't think my son was gonna want to leave. He's gonna rat me out. I think the son was like 6, 7 years old. He said he also brought up, oh, my son is black, and that's a reality. And I don't know how his life would have been out in the world. I said, man, this guy's full of, you know what? And then I saw the picture of his son. I said, damn, his son damn sure is black. I mean, it's definitely black. But one lady, I didn't realize she was objecting to Jim Jones out in the crowd right before they were about to kill themselves or get killed. I was like, damn. And I didn't know they had rehearsals on it beforehand, but I guess that's a part of the brainwashing process. You know, get
That's
people
what I'm
ready.
saying. Oh, seriously? How much you think the brainwashing has been amped up since that time? Jay Smith, if you could answer that Jim Jones is now 2020, how much you think it's been ramped up?
Hey, how many people took that shot? At least with the Jim Jones people, not everybody took the shot, but they got shot though. Or forced on them.
And we lost Hank Aaron to that shit.
Yep. A lot of people they saying had it. Even I forgot a couple of rappers that died. They said had it. I'm like, man, I don't know if I believe that, but that's the thing. You never know what's in that shot. Is it designed to kill you later on, or is it designed to keep you immune from some other thing that might kill people? But I guess it depends on
So as young men, what do you think of that?
As far as what? The shot?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's funny how I was watching this Jim Jones all week, and I kept thinking about that, the shot.
Okay.
I said, man, this is eerily similar, man. It's like that was the precursor. Now that they see that they can brainwash people, because he had to keep them pumped up with drugs, and he kept repeating the his speeches 24/7 on the loudspeaker. That's brainwashing too, combined with the drugs.
Right.
And just like when you watch TV or media and they kept talking about the C-19 sports getting called off over and over again, C-19. That's brainwashing, repetitive propaganda. And they got people scared. They say, oh, I got to take it. I don't want to get this stuff that most people don't have. But
and then later on, they come out and say, oh, you shouldn't have took the vaccine because now we got all these deaths from people taking the vaccine.
And now I'm hearing on the radio, they're saying they got the C-19 vax mixed in with some flu vax and mixed in with some other type of ailment that you shouldn't. You take the vax, you won't get another. I forgot the other ailment. But I said now they're taking it way too far now.
Hey man, you got to stay alive. You got to keep life pumping through. This is especially true of the indigenous people here, because what you stand for and what you are is what everybody wants to be. Why you're running from it, I have no idea. You have this whole section of earth backing you, but you run away from it. I mean, do what you want. My job is to remind the children born to Americans, this is you right here all day long. And anybody, it wouldn't even be a debate. Stop playing, y'all. And to my audience and to people who come and check me out every week, every time I do a program, I really appreciate you guys, because you guys let me know that I'm not crazy. There's some people who see it exactly like I do.
You know what's funny or coincidental? Yesterday, you had, the last couple of days, you had some odd news that I can't help but say, I don't think that's a coincidence anymore, but something's weird. The other day, they had a drummer from some band I never heard of die. And then yesterday, they had the Earth, Wind, and Fire drummer die. And yesterday, the Bills player passed out. And Jeremy Rimmer got hurt in his accident at the same time.
And what's that female rapper that was on 3 6 Mafia?
Oh, yeah.
They said she got a fentanyl.
Yeah, Gangsta Boo. I thought that was odd, too. And then you had, I think her name is Anita Pointer, the Pointer Sisters, the lead singer, a legendary group, and she hardly got a mention. It's like she got back page news. But I find all that weird. Two drummers. It's like they every time a rapper dies, they got to come up with another rapper who died or an actor, no matter
Yeah,
how
like that
tall.
woman off of that dude off of Ellen, right?
Yep.
Mm.
I'm like, it's like they love reporting death of celebrities. It's like if you're a celebrity, even minor, you might want to watch your every step because you never know what might happen to you.
Let me ask you a question. And just it you'll figure it out. How many people do you think died because of Michael Jackson died?
That's exactly what I always say. Once he started that, that's when they always started keeping celebrity death per week.
Yep, Prince, then Aretha Franklin,
Okay,
and all these other stars fell dead.
right. But
Oh, and also before Michael Jackson, James Brown.
excuse me. Could you answer
Oh,
the
I'm
question?
sorry.
Could you answer the question, please? How many people do you think? I mean, you may not know. Just take a guess. How many people you think died because Michael Jackson died?
Because a whole lot. I can't give a number though, but
Okay,
I,
okay.
I
Well,
probably 100 if I had to guess.
100. Okay, that's how much influence he had on those people's life. They went into a depression because this man died, and probably just felt like if he was the shining light in their life, without him, they're nothing.
keep in mind we still never saw his body to this day,
Yep.
but we did see Prince's.
So since he's dead, he had an influence on other people. So when they play all this death to you, it's so it'll make you feel bad too. And the people don't have to be dead. They just tell you they're dead, and
All
you'll
right,
believe whatever they tell you because that's what you do anyway, right?
that's it. Me, I like
Whatever
looking for.
they say.
I need to see the bodies. That's what I need to see.
Well, yeah, right, right. Well, that's how you know.
Just like
So
that.
Something eerily familiar happened the other day. I just saw. What's the name? Angela Bassett's own son tried to pull some shit like that and said Michael B. Jordan died, and they
Yeah,
trying to promote that shit on TikTok,
that was
and he got
weird.
his ass whooped for doing that.
That was very strange and not good because his mother, I think she's 65 now or something like that. She could have had a heart attack or something.
Yeah, and she also experienced that quote unquote death of Chadwick Boseman after she played with him in that Black Panther movie.
Yeah,
So you definitely don't want to do that to somebody that's already experienced somebody passing so suddenly out of
yeah.
nowhere.
Son and no son. I know she's looking at him differently now,
so like Lisa Cypress says, it's emotional trauma and abuse. So that's what I'm saying. When you guys speak to people, try to catch them in it where it's not, because most of us, when we speak to each other, it's not nothing nice. It always ends up because we gotta lie, can't tell the truth. We always gotta come up with some trick shit. It's never just straight truth back and forth. We don't do that. It always have to be conflict. So when you're speaking to people, try to get them in that spot. Ask them, can we have a serious conversation or a truthful conversation? You might want to start with that because most people don't want it. Most people hate truth. They
yeah.
love lies because that's all they get. That's all they've been eating their whole life.
You're right about that. I remember when that Newtown thing happened and that guy, Red Silver J, came out with the video showing, disproving every point to show that it was a hoax. And I don't give a damn about the Alex Jones thing. That trial is a hoax too. But I tried to show the video to this girl I was seeing at the time. She flat out said, I don't even want to look at it. Even just to be curious, I don't want to look at it. I said, but they show you the evidence that it's fake.
Right.
And she's like, I don't want to see it. Get that out of my face. I'm like, damn. I said, you don't even want
Yeah.
to look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, man. I remember I was dating a girl when that 9/11 thing went down. Man, we broke up because I mean, I just couldn't believe that she couldn't see that it was fake. What she believed everything that the TV said. She would, I mean, she could see it with her own eyes. She was like, no, what they said.
And if you can still get in contact with her today, you should remind her. Bush too said that we got the evidence that Bin Laden did it, and we still haven't seen it to this day.
No, I mean, I spoke to her about 6 months ago, and she's still on that same, so no, she's not moving, and that's what I mean. People have to, move. You have to move. You just can't be thinking about what happened in 1960 and try to live by those rules. The
Right.
rules have changed drastically since then.
So if I had to ask the question, was he the type of one that believed in roots?
Oh,
It's fucking crazy.
yeah, I'm sure she did.
I know mine was. That's for sure.
Hey,
So
hey, bro, like there's a whole article that I show people that's on the New York Times, and it tells you the man was sued for $650,000 by Harold Corlander, but ABC they recruit Alex Haley immediately because they wanted him to rob another sister. Her name was her last name was Alexander. That's how he got the book Queen. I'm gonna say allegedly for the brothers channel, but that's how he
Alice
got the book.
Walker?
Huh?
Was it Alice Walker or something like that who did the Jubilee book?
Yeah, something like that. I thought it was another lady named Alexander, or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But
Tony
yeah, like
or Jay?
I'm gonna look it up in a second. I'll be able to tell you the name. It may not be Alexander. I could be wrong, but it was a lady that he stole the idea to get the book, Queen, and they made the book. Then they did the movie with Holly Berry. So to your point, I'm gonna just say I say that just to give the reference for the history. It's in the newspaper, and it's something that's on the records and documented. And people still believe in roots. On top of this, when y'all were talking, I had a conversation with a brother yesterday, and he had referenced me to brother Polite, and I was like, y'all forgot about brother, not Polite, pardon me, brother Panic. I was like, y'all forgot about brother Panic. Like I forgot, like he on that Bobby Hemmett shit. Like he keep it real simple to where it's like people overcomplicate the basics, and
Yeah.
things are already complicated. Like, but people want to have these long drawn out conversations about which I love pyramids, I love earthworks and mound structures, but people want to have these long drawn out conversations with no endpoint, and then it brings you back to the out of Africa theory, and then it brings you back to back when we were in space and we were in Nibiru, and like
Anunnaki and all this other stuff. Like, who outlined.
And then it goes all the way back again.
facts, you know what I'm saying? So it's like even if that applied, man, you not living that life right now. You in a Section 8 apartment, you know what I'm saying? Wondering like where you gonna get your next grocery list from. Like that's the issue. That's why I say them damn L's, Bays, days, you know what I'm saying? You damn Moors, y'all the issue. Y'all just as bad as Hebrews and Christians. I just
And
got
them
on the
Pan
phone.
Africans too.
I think the
Yeah,
Moors are worse
they
because
all
their stuff is total fantasy.
that's
Yep.
what I'm saying, bro. It's like, look, I was reading one of my childhood books. I went back and grabbed Aladdin and Peter Pan. I was like, man, they was programming the sense back then. You know what I'm saying? With this bullshit, this European, African nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Not to disrespect anybody's lineage that may have, lineage to the British Isles or possibly Gaul, which I was teaching these niggas. Like I said, I beat up on A1. I was telling them Creole doesn't come from France. Creole comes from here. Salute to my brother Safa. Safa Crew. He had some drop where he was showing like the Micmac and some of the like the northern tribes that came in contact with the French. They gave them bonjour. You know what I'm saying? Like nana bonjour.
And
Yeah.
shit,
You know,
since you bring that up, you know, AP brother Hawk School, he was already trying to sit up there and say that that Egypt was
man.
trying to was created by Muslims. He tried to back up that Islam crap and try to tell niggas that this is Atlantis and stuff like that.
When are they gonna stop this this Amora Kaka crap, bro? Like, bro, this dude says America is really hold on, how you said Amaru Kamaru, Amaru Maru.
Oh
That's how you
yeah.
said
Amaruka and all these other things, or we the sheep people.
Yeah, all
It
that
That's the
goes
stuff.
back.
hard.
It goes back to like what's that? The Washita Moors.
Yeah,
That's
all
what
that
I'm
stuff is
saying, bro. Hey, look,
misinformation to redirect your mind and take your mind off the truth. That's what it's all about because they're
bro,
Freemasons.
I want everybody in the chat to do this right now. Grab your other device and go on Google and type AMARU and tell me what you see. It's going to say the serpent people are serpent like. That's it. It's going to tell you, look, matter of fact, I'm going to give you the whole thing because I got the cheat code, meaning I already did it already, right? So let's read. Let's go to my community wall real quick. Let's read. So I put it on my community wall because I got him slip. I caught him slipping. He was in the chat on YouTube, you know, telling somebody, look, we can agree to disagree. No, not when it comes to the truth. The truth is the truth. You don't agree to disagree on the truth, you idiot. All right. I felt like what's my dog name? Rick James. You know what I'm saying? When Dave Chappelle played Rick James, he's like, got you, bitch. Like, that's how I felt with A1. I got you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stay on your neck because you an
So what do you
idiot.
think about these individuals trying to claim Egyptians and Hebrews and Moors was in the Grand Canyon and all this forbidden
Bro,
archaeology?
great question, bro. In 2013, when I was studying with them Hebrew idiots, nigga, America was Babylon. America was the unholy place. America was hell. You know what I'm saying? You got what you deserve according to Deuteronomy 28 by landing your black behind in America. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was in 2013. Now they've been getting beat up, you know, and they've been getting schooled by the Kerry Davises of the world, the Indian Max, the South of Carews, the Tyrones, the 1000 Goat Head. You know what I'm saying? Like, these cats, bro, not, and pardon me if I'm forgetting anybody else, but they've been getting schooled by the first generation cats, right? And at the end of the day, they can't deal with the facts of it was a hot topic for a minute. Like, I heard about Dan Calloway through Lord Jamar. And when I found Dan Calloway, I was like, bro, I'll never have to take Z-Quills ever again. You know what I'm saying? The best sleep of my life ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man put me to sleep like no other, bro. On top of Kaba Kameen. Kaba, you know you wrong, Kaba. You one of my favorite scholars, but you know you wrong. Kaba will tell you that the ancient Californian has been found out to his research 80,000 years. But then he'll tell you that they come from Africa. I'm like, if you don't stop that dumb stuff,
Is,
Kaba, right?
is that the Kaba that when I was in Hidden
Booker T.
Colors?
Coleman.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
real name, Booker T.
yeah. The
See,
guy
that's
keep
what I'm
changing his
saying.
names.
Yeah, these dudes want to be L's, Bays, Kaba Kamins. Nigga, your mom and your grandmama named you Coleman. I'm gonna call you Booker T. All right, Booker.
See, it's funny. When I first heard of him when he was Booker T, and he was talking about the Moors, and I thought he used to wear that rag on his head to try to be like a Moor, but I think it was because of something else. But
He is a Moor. He'll tell you, I'm a Moor. He's super African though, but then he is a Moor, and that's my issue with you Moors. All right, we've been finding, bro. Y'all lucky, bro. If Kerry Davis, if you really want to set this live off, man, he'll let me share my screen. I'll show you all the newspaper articles in the 1900s of these Moors being invaders.
see, the
All
Moors
right,
Kaba was talking about, he was talking about the real ones, not that Moor Science Temple stuff.
man, look,
at
Hey,
the
look, I
time.
know some people
But
in
then
the
he kept
chat.
changing up. I'm like, why is this guy changing his name and changing up his stories? What's going on?
Give me 1 second, bro, because you know why? It's profitable, bro. Just like Sabir Bey, and I rock with Sabir. You know what I'm saying? Until he tell you that we come from Morocco. No, Sabir, you come from the mean streets of Philly. All right. And at the end of the day, some people in the chat may not like, me telling the truth about Dane, but Dane and a lot of these people on YouTube are a part of the problem. Because you know why? They want to make it seem like it's my information. I'm the one that did it. Man, stop it, bro. You under 40. Even if you under 50. Even if you under 100. What's your age to time immemorial?
Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is a BCAD? Is you Negroes crazy? Is you Negroes mad? We have one current timeline. There is no BCAD. But since the European education, so-called education system has taught you this, I guess that's the vernacular that we got to use. All right. So anyway, when you go back in time with the timeline, all right, you'll find that a lot of these people, number one, are getting paid. I don't respect nobody that just blew up overnight. You know why? Because they was promoted to do so. Period. I don't care if you like that or not. I understand signs and symbols. I study signs and symbols. And that's our problem with black people. Black people don't understand signs and symbols. That's why I call them that. They don't get promoted above that until they get, to the understanding of, nigga, we can't talk about the Bible until you tell me, why did your Bible God regret you in Genesis 6:6? We don't need to talk about nothing else because all that shit is an allegory. They don't believe when they own Bible, tell them it's not real. So why am I going to exert all my spiritual, mental, and physical energy on a hard head, stiff neck Negro going through rigor mortis, one of the 4 stages of death?
Say that again.
Rigor
Been
mortis.
going through rigor mortis.
Rigor mortis is one of the 4 stages of death. Niggas, The Walking Dead. That's why I was dying laughing when The Walking Dead came out. You know what I'm saying? They were literally making fun of these niggas in their face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime somebody mentions Atlantis, I'm turned
Hey,
off
look.
right away.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna say his name, but I'm reading what you're saying in the chat, my brother, and I'm saying it with respect. Hold on. He said, "Hold on, there's no one to it just bruh. So me and you are in agreement. Outside of Dane, me and you are in agreement. Yes, the Moors have an ego, they have an elitist mindset, they're arrogant, but guess what? So is your boy Dane. I like Dane. Don't get it twisted. I like him. He's needed. This isn't to shit on Dane, bro. This is as a proxy. No man is the source. We all the source.
Yep.
It takes all of us coming together as a collective to be the source. That's why, we need to get in Indian country and do a checkup at least once a week. Everybody in every state see and let people know what it is. And from your perspective in your state, let us know what's going on with the laws, the state laws, the municipals, all that. This is all our country, not just America, the islands, Mexico, Canada, all this stuff. I'm trying not to curse. All of it. One man can't do it alone. That's my point.
Got to be ants.
Facts.
Yep.
Ants.
They all go by a hive mind, don't they? Even the bees.
What they get the job done.
Yep.
What do they do? They get the job done.
Yep. They got the worker ants and they got the warriors.
Nothing stops them.
Hey, and look, if you can't check your own brother or sister, then you don't really love them. Because love is loyalty and sacrifice through the truth. No man or woman is above reproach. I'm tired of that mess. Like, right. Who are you to check Dane? Who are you to check, Phoenix? Who are you to check Bethia, such and such? I name drop because I'm saying this. This ain't on Carrie. This is on real rap. You got a problem? Come check me. And you Moors, you could damn sure come to my page, you Moors, because you've been getting beat up all day. A1, I beat you with one round like Loaded Lux beat up Calico. One round. I'm getting cut off by that dirty ass nigga, Root Words, right? He take a bath. He the damn dirt ring in the bathtub ain't gone.
Dude,
Stop.
why you gotta you know, where's all that necessary, man? You ain't gotta do all that. Dude, you're gonna
That's what
whatever you do, it's gonna show. So
exactly.
these out here doing this stuff, I mean, it really slows us up. It really wastes a lot of energy. That's why I'm pissed off at it. But man, you really can't spend too much time on it because that's what they're trained to be.
Exactly. Hey, look, bro.
These cats aren't. They're not. They don't make up themselves. They don't come up with their own thoughts and ideas. They do what other people tell them to do.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That's all they do.
Fact.
That's all they
Enoch and Tariq, they leader. Come on now. You know this.
That's all they ever do, man. They listen. So, and you know, and I'm just saying this, you know, I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want, but focusing on motherfuckers that's not going the same direction as you or not on the same wavelength as you, dude, you just wasting energy on that. Let the motherfuckers go. Let them go. Let them go. They shouldn't even be what you're trying to build up and what you're trying to think. They're not there with you. Don't bring them along because you have to carry them. Leave them alone. Watch what happens when you leave them alone.
Actually, they're gonna keep going. Sometimes it's good to put the nail in the coffin on them, at least for the night, just so everybody else can hear it. You know.
Yep.
Hey man, y'all said some real stuff, Kerry. Like, let me say this to your point. And I feel what HLC said too, but check this out. Because both y'all right. When you argue on just the term more, see, this is what I do. I don't argue the term more. I argue the origin of it, a timeline, so I can get an error, and then see, they don't want to do that. Facts. They don't want to cross reference. They don't want to do that. They just want to argue the legitimacy of a more being legitimate. And you know what you do when you do that? You play their game. And I caught that. That's what made me see about A1. A1 want to talk for 4 to 8 hours on the term more. I'm like, if you don't shut your dumb ass up, that's not even a debate right now.
Yeah, and then it become a debate about definitions about Abo and Indian. I'm like, why y'all bring up this definition war?
Bro, it's name banging at its finest. That's why I went over there to check their temperature, because I'm like, hold on, bro. We got all these damn names. Like, people would be like, Rap, wasn't you just a more 2 weeks ago? No, nigga. I was infiltrating them niggas to see why it is they want to claim the term more. Because the ideology is foreign. The man and woman, yes, they may be from America. They may be indigenous to America. But their mindset and the ideology of what they think and what they represent, Moorish America, is BS. I told him, Kerry, that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was raised by Cherokee Indians, bro. They don't want to do nothing with that.
Uriah Brandon, that brother UB News, he exposed all them niggas.
Wow. I gotta go watch
in that Blu-ray series, he exposed who was Noble Drew Ali, and plus, he didn't know shit. He learned up on the gypsies.
I'm glad you said that.
That was the best expose on Noble Drew Ali I've
ever
seen.
What I would say about all that is, look, you each got somebody in your family. You each got somebody in your family that was badass.
Yeah.
Study those people. All these people and ideologies and heroes that other people are giving you, once they give them to you and you accept them, they got you. You got people in your family, probably people who you don't even know. That's why it's important to check out your family. Where did they live? What did they do? Who were they? Who were those people that lived in those creeks down in Alabama? Who was those people that lived in those mountains of North Carolina? Who were they? What did they do? Those your folks. So, I mean, following all this and notice everything Negro gets, it's foreign. It's not here. They keep you away from here. And many of you just go wherever they send you, you're there. So stay with your family here. Because I'm sure when you go back and look at your family, you probably ain't even got to go back and look that far. Because America, when you say milk and honey, everywhere here has something special going on here. That's why everybody's coming over here to get it. And as long as we doing this dumb shit that we doing, what, 200 years? I give it. That's your great grandkid, great. So I think we better start, looking at stuff in reality. The motherfuckers who's trying to confuse, walk a couple of words. You should be able to say a couple of words, and they don't even want to speak no more. I know you like to do that. I love it. Everybody, nah. These cats are ruining these kids' minds. And it's the people of America that's supposed to make sure that don't happen. So I want to say thank you to all you brothers for hanging out with me tonight, man. We've been on here for almost 2 hours. I want to give you guys the last mic so you guys can drop the mic to each other starting now.
Well, I love this bill, certainly, because we need to do this every time, like with like-minded people like this, because we don't need no more of this, like people trying to take control of the indigenous narrative and bringing all these other ideologies in the mix. We just need to focus on what we got here and build upon that. Take that Neely Fuller book and build upon the indigenous paradigm with that. That's it. You ain't got to call yourself a slave. You ain't got to call yourself a black. You ain't got to call yourself a Hebrew, a Moor. Just go by what your people said they were.
See, the Moors, though, they kind of, to me, they throw monkey wrenches into the whole mix, trying to cause confusion, trying to say we're Moors and all that kind of stuff. Morocco. I just, that's why that Taharka Bey guy, you notice how he said he'll debate anybody, but you got to pay him. That means he's not looking to explain himself. That's what it really means. You got to put out money. Come on. If your thing is real, you can explain it and sell the people on it. If it's real, but it's not. That's why you want to back away.
I mean, what Kerry said, I swear, man, like we thinking on the same line, bro. Because in my debate, when I smashed A1, all right, some of his buddies pulled up. When I smashed your boy, I asked y'all, how many American heroes can you name? All right. Then I asked, how many Moorish heroes can you name? Right. At the end of the day, it was crickets, Kerry, because you know why? I told them they should be focused on their family. That's why I love Indian Mac, man. Salute to Choctaw Indian Mac, bro. Because him and Safa reminded me, bro. Look, rap. You can study everything you want to study, but don't forget to bring it back and focus on family. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
That's what you got to do. Like I teach and have taught my grandma who her family was that are older than her. It just be like that sometimes, man.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to honor that point that you made because that was some deep stuff. And as I close, I did a couple bills with Taharka. You know what I'm saying? I let them people know you can be Moors as long as you're not American, as long as you're not so-called Moorish Americans. I don't have an issue with you. I'm not trying to take more from you, but as long as you know to place your Moorish ideology where it belongs, where it came from, all right, in that trash bin that we call Barbaria. If you look at the maps of 1800, it was never called Africa, right? It was called Barbaria, and Africa was just a small town in the northern region. You can look that up on Google. Anyway, I told TB I was breaking down. I got a video of that on my channel, Kerry, um, of Tariq when he dropped that buck broken. I was like, bro, you know the position that the artist is in on the cover art on the like the on the front cover. That's the body position of a monarch butterfly. That's why I tell people it's very important and crucial to if you don't get the books, there's all kind of stuff you can find on the internet to teach you how to study signs and symbols.
Yeah, matter of fact,
Because
you're right. You're right about that.
yeah, I made TB because TB is good at that. And that's what I do. I'm an alchemist. Yeah, I infiltrate because the Moors invade. So like what Kerry was saying earlier, why are you gonna take their system and uplift it? I'm trying to learn their system to destroy it from the inside out, like cancer. So I went over there, and he's good at being able to make those slideshows. So he took a picture of the buck breaking, and then he took a monarch butterfly, he flipped it, and it matched the body perfectly.
Ooh.
Further proves
Tariq Mason.
it further
Hell
proves
yeah,
that he's
yeah,
an agent.
a monarch butterfly. Hey, look, little Billy. I know, you gotta sit and wait for Indian Mac to teach you, your master teacher, Indian Mac. I know you waiting on that audio book because y'all can't read over there. I know. But yes, it's a monarch butterfly. You can do the information on the monarch butterfly programming. You can look up you can look up Agent Artichoke. You can look up there's a lot. There's Artichoke, there's Bluebird, all right, Project Bluebird, Project Artichoke, all right. The federal government came out in the 70s and admitted to this, little Billy.
Yeah, it
All
took
right.
me time to accept that, but when
We're gonna have to do a show, bro. We're gonna have to do a show after this.
you see it
I got
you see it every year. I mean, everywhere. So that there could be no doubt in every situation that people talk about when it comes to programming. So I mean, there ain't no doubt after you see it way too many times, you just can't keep doubting it anymore.
for real, bro. That's why it was a beautiful comment that y'all made earlier about like the 9/11 and people knowing the truth and not believing it. Like Bobby, I'm telling you, Bobby is a prophet, bro. Bobby speaks on this of people being in the knowledge on the level that we are and going back to the church because it's comfortable. Because there's no accountability over there. You can be a degenerate and a bastard all week and go and give a couple dollars on Sunday and Jesus will forgive it all.
Yeah, that described the girl I was seeing perfectly. Yeah,
Real talk. That's why I
go
say
to church, act like they're righteous. Only when it's church time. Outside
that's
of
why I
that,
say they need to go listen to Panic, bro. Panic is the modern day Bobby, bro. Like I love Panic, bro. He rough. He rough. See, the reason why I curse, I found an old Bobby clip from the 90s, like the early 90s, where he said, damn, it's the only curse word. Every other thing is just, you in the spirit, man. You in the spirit. So, if you don't like the language, then cover your ears. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like learn Nuatu. You know what I'm saying? Learn your indigenous tongue. Then maybe you won't have to hear this nasty English. But until then, you're gonna get this word. All right? Talk dirty with real rap. And that, like I said, not to plug my channel, Brother Kerry, but it's deeper than rap with real rap. If you're looking for any of those videos, those debates with AP and A1. All right, we breaking the whole Aboriginal community. All right, we breaking it apart and we're gonna build it back up the proper way. You dusty dudes that's been these Beauregards and these keepers of the knowledge. We don't believe in that, bro. Even the scriptures, the Bible tell you buy the truth and sell it not. You know what that mean? That mean go and get all the information you can and give it to your people.
Cool,
Yeah,
brother.
Billy.
Well, thanks, man. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. I really appreciate it. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. I appreciate.
So you heard what these brothers had to say. These are young cats. These are these young brothers you see walking around. These are these young men who've been lied to, slowing down their progress, making sure that they don't move at the pace they should be moving. So all we have to give them is this bullshit that these cats are feeding them, cutting them directly off from the source, and they're supported by the African American, the Negro. You know how y'all do it. This is the mind of how your young people think. They want to do something. They want to fulfill whatever, when you were creating them, whatever ideas you had for them, they're here to do that. Now you've gotten comfortable here and have integrated yourself into this mess that you keep perpetrating. You better listen to your children. You better listen to your children. Your life ain't that great to where you can't listen to your children and connect them to your lineage. Don't do that, because that's what these African Americans are trying to do. So thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.